Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome back to Minute on the Mountain. It is, what is today, the 10th of May? It's crazy how thick all the grasses and underbrush is already. It's going to be tough to see anything shed-wise. First time I've been out on the mountain in like 3 weeks. Last time I've been out is when the two Steves and I hiked to Moonshine Arch. Just been really busy trying to catch up on some yard work now that all the snow is gone, and grass is growing fast this time of year because it's not that hot yet. It's supposed to be in the low 80s today, which will feel warm. I think we hit 80 yesterday. It was the first time this year we've hit 80 in the valley. But I've got a couple trail cameras I'm going to hang. I just got a new trail camera from VooPeak, but it's a cellular camera, and this area doesn't have cell service, so I'm gonna hang it somewhere else. But I just want to put a couple cameras up for the summer, see if we can capture some footage. I'm gonna hunt for sheds too once we get off the trail. A little bit of water in Cottonwood Creek down below me, so we'll have to cross it in a second, but I mean just a little bit. It'll be easy to walk through it. Thanks for coming along, guys. I haven't seen it yet, but I can hear a grouse right up in here somewhere. I literally almost stepped on it, guys. It was so much closer than I thought. I could touch this thing with my hiking pole. I'm such an idiot. I could hear it and I thought it was up above me barely. I mean, I knew it was within 5 or 10 yards. I literally almost stepped on that grouse. So that's a hand ruffed grouse right there. That is crazy that she's letting me get that close. Look at her looking at me. She's like, what are you? I wonder if she's sick. See if we can get her to fly. Yeah, she might be sick. I was touched with my hiking poles and she didn't want to move, so we'll leave her alone. That's crazy though. I thought she was up in these bushes. Literally walked right on by her, never would have seen her. That's pretty cool. Lucky for you, it's not grouse season. Well, we got our second grouse. This is a blue grouse or a dusky grouse. So a little different from the ruffed. Much bigger too. That other one was a little one. Hopefully you can see it in the GoPro. It's only 9 yards away, maybe 10. Walking from left to right behind that tree now. Let's see if I can close the distance, but probably fly when I do, which is fine. Or it may just outrun me. I can do that too. Well, we made it to the top of the first ridge. And if you look over that, we've got 2 more ridges to go. Beautiful day. Pretty crowded out. There were 5 or 6 cars at the trailhead. Passed a group who was hiking out. Actually, a couple of people in that group I knew. But nobody's up here. The trail, I don't know if you can see the parking lot in the GoPro, but the trail runs down here if you're doing a little Cottonwood, or you can go back to the east to do Mon Hollow and make it a loop. But I doubt I'll see anybody up here on the top. Bushwhacking like me. We'll see how far I can make it. I've got something going on with my calf still. I think I mentioned it in a previous video. It popped once about a week ago. I don't know if pop's the right word. I think it is. I mean, I can feel it and I could hear it. So I don't know what it is. But on the steep part of coming up here, it's really tight now. I can tell it's kind of right on the edge of doing it again. So I'll go real slow because if it pops it, it'll take me forever to hike out the way I'll have to limp out of here. So hopefully that doesn't happen. There's a little bit of the view. We're still early for the wildflower peak. They're starting to come out. There were some whites. Got some yellows there. I can see some of this kind of faux Indian paintbrush that's red right up here. Another couple of weeks, this will be lit up with color. It'll be really pretty up here. There's some more of those whites. A lot of old elk poop there too. There's some of the red. I'll try to get out of the shadow. So we're about to this little saddle of the second ridge. We'll work kind of the southwest facing side of it, and then ultimately get up in those pines on the last ridge. Sat here to get a little bit of a snack, guys. I've been glassing that far hillside over there, didn't see anything. A couple of new kinds of wildflowers up in here. There's some blue ones, kind of blue and purple, and some yellows that are a different kind of yellow than before. I'm going to set this first trail camera up on that tree right there facing north. So that'll be one down and then one to go. And so we're on the second ridge now. That'll be the last ridge up there. That's the very top. I'll probably put the second camera up in those pines somewhere in there. We made it up on the top of the final ridge. There's lots of these cool little flats and just pockets and kind of mini bowls up in here. I've hiked in here once before. In fact, I found a nice brown 5-point elk shed not too far from here a couple years ago. So it'd be nice to stumble across another one of those. I still haven't set that second camera yet. We just set the first one. I'm gonna try and find a decent game trail up here to set the second one on. So we'll just explore around up here on the top and get it hung and then loop back around, head back to the car. Calf is right on the edge of popping still. I can tell every time I step on my right foot. So it's been pretty slow going today, especially on the uphill, but awfully pretty up in here. Just hung that second camera on that big dead tree right there that's chopped in half, and stopped here in the shade, get some water. I took a salt tablet, but I only had one. I thought I had 4 in my bag. And on a day like today, I usually need at least 2, if not 4, to keep from cramping. So we'll see what happens. Now we're gonna have a little mixed berry fruit and grain cereal bar. Oh, excuse me. And then we'll keep looking for sheds. Well, we're starting to loop back around. Pretty nice vista from here. This is looking back to the south, kind of towards Steel Hollow and Rick's Hollow. There's some clouds moving in, but none of them seem threatening. Well, thanks for coming along on the hike today. Time to wrap this up with the channel shout out in the Minute on the Mountain. The channel that I want to shout out is BMC Bryce. It is another Utah channel. Just watched a video where he found a really nice brown elk shed, and he put in his comments, it's crazy how much tougher it is to find elk sheds than it used to be, just because there's so many people who shed hunt now. That's a big part of it. And we had a couple of really bad winters, not last winter, but the 2 years before that, 2 pretty tough winters, and it really took a toll on our wildlife here in Utah. And I can relate. I mean, I used to find sheds most of the time I would go out, even when I was trying new areas. And now it seems like I get skunked as much or more than I find sheds. And that happened again on this video. I went to an area where I found a few sheds over the years. It's never been an area that has produced a lot of sheds for me, but I've found a couple sheds there and didn't find anything. And of course, we're kind of out of the good season. I mean, I shed hunt year round, but clearly, February, March, April, the best times to go. All the underbrush and stuff isn't grown out yet. It's easier to see, and stuff is fresher. But anyway, we'll get out a few more times for sure and hunt for some sheds. So check out Bryce's channel when you get some time. He films some amazing hunts. Great deer hunts, great elk hunts. I mean, he's got a little bit of everything on his channel that's outdoor related, but he's really good at getting good footage. I think you'll like what he puts out. The Minute on the Mountain comes from 2 Samuel 13. It's this horrible story, really, of failure to leadership in one way. It's about David's oldest son, Amnon, who rapes his half-sister, Tamar. And that's horrible in and of itself. But what I want to focus on is David doesn't really do anything about it. And because David doesn't do anything about it, Absalom, Tamar's brother, would end up killing Amnon and would end up leading a coup to try and overthrow David from the throne. I can't guarantee you that that would have been avoided had Amnon been dealt with and punished, but I got to think it would have helped. And so it's just been a good reminder to me that any of us in leadership, you can't look the other way when something is wrong, when something's going on, just because you care about the person or because you care about your own reputation, the company's reputation, the church's reputation, whatever it may be, more than making sure that you do the right thing. And so part of leading is sometimes you have to have hard conversations. We want to do it in a way that's respectful. We want to do it in a way that's loving, but we cannot just try and sweep stuff under the rug and not deal with it. And the collateral damage when David chose to do that is pretty brutal. So thanks for all your support, guys. That's the Minute on the Mountain. I do want to give you an update. I know for a fact my son Caleb drew a box elder muzzleloader deer tag. I haven't heard yet if I have drawn anything. We're supposed to hear by the 15th. And I don't know about my daughter Jordan either. So, but at least we'll be going on one deer hunt for sure with Caleb. And hopefully we'll have some other big game tags coming here shortly. Thanks for all your support. God bless you guys. We'll see you the next time we're out on the mountain.